You see this outfit?
Yeah. Did I just pull you? Are you at the turn or something?
I'm going golfing today, Chris.
Who are you hitting
I,
with? Anybody famous?
one of my best friends. No, he's a teacher, baseball coach. You
So
know,
just a dude.
yeah, he's my dude, my guy.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm having to do this, drop my kids off at camp, and then go golfing. What a day!
This is excellent. You already got your half cap decaf mocha latte with a twist in your hand. You're ready to rock and roll.
How was the mechanic this morning?
Oh, great. 10 minutes, just, did a couple twists of a screwdriver. I'm on the road. I don't have any tools, nothing. Not that I'm that handy anyway, but it got taken care of. They were good people. I appreciated it. And didn't
I
charge me.
love it. I love it.
All right, so here we go. Let's start with the Phillies last night. Bryce Harper tied a career high with 5 ribs. Had his first homer of the season with guys on base. So it was kind of cool to get back to home plate and slap more than just one set of hands. There were multiple sets, so that was good. Phillies, if you have checked the standings, second place all alone there in the NL East behind the Mets. Are they the biggest contender for the Mets in that division?
First of all, I didn't know Bryce Harper had 14 solo Jimmy Jacks before last night. That's ridiculous.
It is.
That's like that hurts as a ball player. You want those ribbies, and he's not getting them. Blah blah blah. Good on Bryce. So he's having a phenomenal season. Someone the other day was like, Bryce Harper's like not doing that great this year. I'm like, I looked at his stats this morning. He's kind of crushing the ball, Chris.
Yeah, no, he's doing fine. I mean, he started off great, and then he got banged up, then he got hit in the face, and then he struggled a little bit. And his numbers aren't. I mean, they're good. They're really good.
They're really good. Let me answer your question.
Yes.
I don't know. Look, I've been covering baseball now for quite some time. You've been covering baseball since Moby Dick was a minnow. Have you ever in your life seen a division like this where last week it was the Nationals, the week before that it was the Cubs, and the week before that we're like the Braves might be in it? I have no idea what's going to happen. The Mets don't have a stranglehold on it. Something's gonna give. Someone's going to make a move. I still believe in the Braves. Call me crazy. I don't know what's going to happen with them. I think they're going to make a move. I think that's what's going to win the division. Whoever makes the moves and the right moves. So I don't know, man. You tell me.
Two things. I want to correct you. You said Cubs. Obviously, they're not in that division, but you're right. We did talk about the Cubs' big picture. That's okay. It's early morning.
That's pretty bad.
An hour earlier than normal. We didn't change the Cubs from the NL Central to the NL East. Just stop. Okay, my man had a little flub. It happens to all of us. I am with you. I don't get what the Braves are doing sitting around and waiting. Like, this is a team that has won the division 3 straight years, had a 3-1 lead in the NLCS a year ago, felt like they were ready to take that next step. Like, I think it's time for Alex Anthopoulos to drop the hammer on a big trade. Like, I want to see some sort of move with this team. I don't know if it's in the starting rotation. I don't know. I've seen a lot of Twitter hate on Dansby Swanson lately. If that's the case, there are plenty of shortstops to be had out there. And Dansby would be a nice piece to fit somewhere else, I'm guessing. But, like, let's make a move. I think the Mets have been really, really good for the most part this first half because of their pitching. Like, I'm waiting for their lineup to kind of start to take over the narrative of some games and them to take off. But they haven't put any distance between themselves and the Phillies and the Nationals and the Braves. And the Marlins are kind of hanging around. But I'm with you. Like, to me, this is a call out for the Braves to do something.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Mets could be the team that makes the move. Or if nobody makes any moves, then, yeah, I think the Mets have the best chance to win the division just based on the pitching staff. But somebody's going to do something, and then we'll have a better idea of what's going to happen.
And by the way, Caleb just said, hey, listen, they got a ton of guys hurt. Darno.
Yeah, 100% they do.
I get it, but everybody's got people hurt. The Mets have had a revolving door on the injured list. Every team is going through that. So don't give me the whole, well, they've been beset by injuries. Every team has this year. So that doesn't fly with me. All right, let's move on. Speaking of the Mets, last night, rain got them. So Brewers and Mets to play 2. Game 1, it's Burns against deGrom. So that means deGrom will not start on Sunday. That means deGrom could start the All-Star game Tuesday in Denver. Should the Mets give baseball fans that opportunity to cheer on the best pitcher in baseball?
Yeah, 100%. Why wouldn't they? Like, he's going to have to throw at some point, whether it's a bullpen or whatever. Like, treat that as his bullpen day. Now,
Well,
you got to ask deGrom what he wants to do. I think that's the biggest thing is I think if deGrom wants to pitch, deGrom is going to pitch. So I think it's really up to him.
Well, I think they might take the decision out of his hands on Sunday. They just said that he could work an inning out of the bullpen on Sunday,
That's
in which
so
case,
brutal. What's the difference?
well,
You're going to change his – if you do that, Chris, you change his routine. Unless he starts the game and then leaves. You're going to change his routine, put him in the bullpen or whatever.
Right.
Everything changes for him. He has to get ready at a different time. Everything is different then. I get the All-Star game is not exactly like a regular game. At least his routine can still be the same.
That's a great point. Plus, you know what? I know he pitches for the New York Mets. His health is most important. But, man, I would love to see him pitch against Shohei Ohtani in the first inning. I think that would be unbelievable theater. And let's remember, deGrom really kind of burst onto the scene in the 2015 All-Star game when he struck out the side on 10 pitches. I think he got Kipnis, Iglesias, and Vogt.
Oof.
I mean, yeah, 10 pitches he struck out the side on. And he's throwing way harder than he did during that All-Star game. So help us out, Mets, a little bit. Come on.
I would love that.
By the way, only 3 other Mets have ever started an All-Star game. Matt Harvey, Dwight Gooden, Tom Seaver. So if you add your name to that list, certainly the 2 guys from yesteryear, then it ain't a bad thing. All right, speaking of Shohei Ohtani, 7 strong last night and a good bounce-back start against the Boston Red Sox, team with the best record in the American League. But I think David Fletcher was the biggest story. 4 knocks. He's got a 20-game hitting streak, which kind of snuck up on us. At what point do you start paying attention to hitting streaks?
Like trying to go after DiMaggio or just like in general? Because 20 games is a lot. 10 games is a lot.
Yeah, I know it's a lot, but will you start like checking every David Fletcher at bat to make sure that he's gotten to 21?
You're saying from like a media perspective and just or like a fan, just like
fan.
Yeah. I think the 20 mark is pretty fun. I mean, like I said, as a player, if you hitting 10 straight games, you are feeling it. You are feeling yourself. 20 games is a ton, man. So DiMaggio's record will never be touched.
No.
It just won't. It just will not. It is so crazy to think about that. But 20 is good. You know, see if you can get to 30. I love hit streaks. I think, and I don't care if you're bunting for him. I don't care if you're hitting homers. It doesn't matter how you do it. Like, you getting those hits, I'm watching.
You know what? I'll start paying attention to it. If you really get to 30, like that's when lights start going off in my little baseball fan world. There's only been 57 hit streaks of at least 30 games. We haven't had one in a single season since Freddie Freeman in 2016. Whit Merrifield had a carryover from one season to the next. I'm not a big fan of the carryovers, but whatever. And one other note on the DiMaggio hit streak. My dad, my late father, was at the game where it ended. It was in Cleveland, and Ken Keltner was a really good third baseman for the Indians. My dad said he was playing so far behind the bag at third that if DiMaggio wanted to bunt, he could have. And Keltner made apparently 2 great plays in the game that he would have had no shot if he was just playing a normal third base. But DiMaggio didn't want to bunt to extend the streak. So, a little baseball knowledge for you.
Do what you got to do, man. I'm bunting all day long. But, yeah, dude, I wonder how many people have had hit streaks of 10 games or longer this year in the big leagues. I bet you it's one hand.
Yeah, you're right. Probably. So, David Fletcher, keep doing your thing, man.
Yeah.
All right, we talked a little bit about this on yesterday's show. Yasmani Grandal, we didn't get the diagnosis until later in the afternoon. Out 4 to 6 weeks with a partially torn ligament in his knee. Does that mean that the White Sox have to make a trade for a catcher before the deadline?
Maybe a backup. I don't think they have to. I think they can go and ride with Zach Collins. You know, this is a guy that they've drafted in the first round, 2016.
Yeah.
Let him give a shot.
Yeah, I would. Here's where I am on this. First of all, I'm shocked that it's only a 4 to 6 week injury. When I heard partially torn patella, I was like, that sounds like a season-ending thing to me. So particularly with the catching position, like where you're crouching all the time, I'm hopeful it's only 4 to 6 weeks for them because Grandal's, even though he's hitting under 200, he's one of the best defensive catchers around. I tend to agree with you about the Zach Collins thing. Like, let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he can handle a pitching staff and be that guy eventually somewhere down the road. But if not, you could have a guy like Yan Gomes if the Nats fall out of it. Kurt Suzuki is a veteran. These are guys that know how to handle pitching staffs. And so often we just look at the numbers, the offensive numbers of guys. When it comes to catcher, all I care about is, can you handle the staff?
Drew Butera might be their catcher for 4 to 6 weeks. Like, that's a guy that's been around for a long time. Go snag him up. You know, it's not going to cost you much. Great team guy. Pitchers love throwing to him. I don't think they're going to make like a splash at the catcher position or do anything like that. I think they'll let Zach do his thing. Try to replicate that offense somewhere else. I mean, that's the biggest thing they're losing with Grandal. Yeah. And, you know, I think they're in it. They're going to make a play for somebody. And now that just kind of expedites the process.
Mm-hmm. Well, somebody just said Kurt Suzuki has not been good this season. If you just heard me, I said I don't care about how you hit. I care about how you catch the ball. And that's it. And Kurt Suzuki has done this an awfully long time and caught a lot of good pitchers. I have to imagine the man knows how to handle it. So,
hey, I thought Kurt Suzuki was done playing baseball like in 2016. I thought like that was going to be one of his last years. Here we are in 2021. I'm sitting talking to you, and he's still playing.
All right, last one. We'll stay on the White Sox theme. What was the better visual for you last night? The amazing slip and slide catch by Billy Hamilton in the rain, or Carlos Rodon after a 100-mile-an-hour heater to strike out Max Kepler, pounding his chest?
That was pretty cool. I like the Billy Hamilton catch. You know, the field playing level was like on difficulty expert, you know, that slip and slide mud and the grass was all wet. He went up and got it. It reminded me of the Aaron Hicks catch to end that crazy game against the Twins. I think that was 2 years ago, 2019. Mm-hmm. So I love you know me, man. I love center fielders that can go and get it, and he went and got that thing. So that was fun to watch.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It was great. I mean, I always wonder how hard is it to play when like there were puddles accumulating out there on the field.
At that point, I'm like looking at the umpire with a death stare. Like, what are we doing out here? Billy didn't care about that at all, man. He reminded me. I mean, the Aaron Hicks catch. There's an amazing Ben Revere catch. I was actually on the field for in like 2011, I believe. He went up and got. There's been a lot of great center field play at Target Field. So Billy Hamilton added his name to one of the better catches you're going to see out there.
Byron Buxton's had a few out there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He makes it look so easy. That's the problem.
I know. He's effortless. But to me, the first thing I thought of when he, you know, did the splash dive into the ground was, oh, my God, how many washings is it going to take to get that uniform back to neutral?
They're going to put some chemicals on that bad boy. A lot of chemicals, big old, what's that called? The pressure washer. That's what they like to do.
That's good. All right, what do you have coming up on JOMBOY Media today?
I'm going to play golf, man. I got nothing coming out today. Talking Jake in the chat. Jake Snakes, what's up, baby? Man, no, we got nothing. I'll be on Talking Baseball on Friday. But Wednesdays and Thursdays, Chris, pretty easy days for me. What do you got?
Right after I hang up with you, Cedric Mullins, the all-star outfielder for the Baltimore Orioles, getting ready to join us. Cedric the Entertainer, as he likes to be called on Players Weekend. By the way, are they having Players Weekend this year? They haven't made a big deal about it. It's usually in August. We going to have that again?
I'd assume they would.
I hope so. I love it.
I do too.
I'm a big fan of seeing the nicknames and the cool cleats and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to talk to him about, bursting onto the scene. Really good dude, very interesting career path, everything from junior college to Campbell University, as you let us know.
That's right.
And by the way, go check out Plouffe's sequence episode on Cedric Mullins and what has made him the all-star that he is. Heck, he could be starting the all-star game next week with Tri-City.
I think he's going to be.
I hope so. I think it'd be a great, great story for him. And then tomorrow we've got another all-star. Adam Frazier of the Pirates is going to join his teammate Stephen Brault. That'll be available next week. But we got all-stars galore on the Rose rotation right now.
Bro, are you the hardest working guy in sports right now?
No, not at all. I'm not even the hardest working guy on this Instagram Live.
I think you might outwork me right now. Today you will.
All right. Before we finish up, you have strategically placed your head in front of the artwork today. Hey, careful there. We good? We there? Okay. How many of those do you have around the house? Like 8?
No, I have two in my room, man. I'm in my room right now. I got some other stuff back here that I had to just like put over here in the corner. I
Wait,
kind of like some art.
are we in the boudoir? We're not in the. We're not. You're in your office. Where are we?
No, we're in my bedroom.
Hey now.
That's right, baby.
Hey now. I'm not so sure
Yeah,
that.
Chris.
I'm not
Get
so
your
sure I
mind
would let.
clean, man.
Yeah, but I don't know if we want to let everybody into the place where the magic happens.
Then you can't come in my house, any part of my damn house. You know what I'm saying? Just think about that next time you come over.
That'll be the first time. I can't get past the gates. Security
No, you're
won't let
coming
me
over.
in.
We're gonna hang out, man. Well, after I get to know you a little bit better in Denver, then man, we're gonna be
What does
best
that
friends.
mean? A little bit better. We do this every day for 20 minutes. How much better do you need to get to know me? I'm a neurotic old man.
I gotta see what kind of hugger you are.
Oh, I'm the best hugger. I really am. I really am. My saying is, if my wife was around right now, she would tell you. My saying is, hugs make the world go round.
Don't be too creepy with those hugs.
No, not creepy. All right, we got to say goodbye. We've had enough. Aren't you on the tee in like 8 minutes?
I got to my kids to camp too. They're like asking. Teddy already came in here and said his blueberry muffins are done. I need to go take them out of the oven. So,
all right. I don't want burned blueberry muffins.
I'm on daddy duty,
man.
man.
That on my conscience. Okay.
All right.
All right, bro. See you later.
I'll see you tomorrow.